Welcome to the channel YouTube World, another update video, this time on the game Generation Zero, which has been doing decently on my channel, and I've made quite a few videos on it. So let's get right into it. If you don't want to hear me, yep, that's perfectly fine, and I don't blame you. I am going to do this right here. That's right, go to the description, click on the link that'll directly bring you to this, and you can read it on your own. If you're crazy enough and you want to read along with me, let's get right into it and get to the point. This is the August update. Hello there, everyone. It's time for the August update. This month brings a new feature to the table as well as a bunch of improvements and bug fixes. Give the patch notes a read and let us know what you think so we can keep making Generation Zero the best it can be. Dum-da-da-dum. You like that? No? Okay. Storage boxes. One big addition this month is the ability to store all those extra items you agonize over. Finally! Added storage has been a constantly requested feature, and we're happy to bring it to you. Most safe houses now come equipped with a brand new Plundra storage box where you can store up to 100 items. No more debating between carrying that extra weapon or extra ammo. Keep one and store the other for later. Side mission improvements. Back in June, we got the main missions an overhaul. We gave them an overhaul under the hood so that we could fix a lot of systemic issues that were hanging around. This month, we're applying that same treatment to the side missions. No more getting stuck and being unable to complete these fun additions to the story. That said, just like the main mission, this change comes with a side effect. Progress on your current side missions will be reset back to the first step of that said mission. We apologize for this, but it was a necessary step to unstick players and get the system into its new correct state. The next step for side missions is to tweak how they are handled when you're playing solo versus multiplayer. Right now in multiplayer they behave like main missions do. As in everything that can be synced up is synced between players. In the future, we're exploring how to make side missions completable by everyone independently. Why? So that you're not accidentally completing a side mission when your friend ran off to finish a side mission across the map while you're in the middle of a main mission. On top of that, this means that you can complete a side mission in multiplayer even if the host has already completed it in their game. Game balance. Anyways, I try to be funny sometimes. Lastly, alongside player feedback from previous updates, we've made some tweaks that should improve the experience overall. As always, please keep the feedback coming on these items so that we can keep making the game better. Machine behavior. Remember, they're not robots. There have been lots of comments about the behavior of machines from players, and it's something that we want to constantly tweak to make that experience feel solid. Given that we've made a bunch of tweaks alongside some bug fixes that we hope will make them more challenging. A big one is that sometimes machines are just a bit too passive when a player is nearby, meaning you could walk right up to a few of them and kill one before the others would even acknowledge your presence. That doesn't feel very realistic at all, so we've made them a bit snappier to respond to obvious threats. Some smaller updates include having a few specific machines use their weapons more often than previously, which was almost not at all, and lowering the frequency that some machines would end up in a passive state. We hope all these make the combat better, so please let us know how it feels. Lieut Tweaks. A largely reported issue recently has been the random disappearance of ammo from either your inventory or worse, your weapon. With player help, we were able to track down the source of this problem and fix it. No more disappearing ammo. Mia was disappearing handgun ammo. Handgun. Anyways, with regards to containers, there were a few things identified by you all that were really annoying. One of them was that toolboxes were not dropping loot in most regions. Now they will carry loot again. Additionally, flashlights were sometimes randomly popping up in the loot pools, meaning instead of ammo, clothing, etc., a flashlight would take its place, but no longer. Safe houses and multiplayer. Going forward, anytime you join someone else's game and you find yourself unlocking a new safe house, well, new to you, you'll find that that safe house is now unlocked in your game, should you play solo later or host a game. Previously, this didn't work consistently, and we wanted to ensure that when you unlock stuff, you keep that stuff unlocked. This fix is keeping with our trend to keep unlocking things straightforward for you, no matter where or how you play. We're not quite where we want to be yet, but we're getting there. Full patch notes continued. Audio. Corrected audio issue that could occur around musket and bunker. Tank ragdolls now play correct audio effects. Tank footsteps sound effects now correctly sync with their walking animation. Sound effects now correctly play when trying to fire while out of ammo. I can breathe now. Animation. Corrected reload animation for when reloading the Muser rifle and all sidearms in the crouched position. Character. Corrected an issue that could cause the player character to be stuck in a state with lower than intended movement speed. Resolved issue that could sometimes cause the player to have to abandon twice when choosing to respawn at a safe house. Oh my god, that was so annoying, right? Because you would die like that. Well, maybe not quite like that. And it would ask you if you want to revive or respawn. And you would say, like, respawn, and you go to the map, but then it would glitch and bring you back and ask you if you want to use your adrenaline shot. And you'd end up wasting your adrenaline shot by accident. Anyhow. Corrected an issue that could cause the revive and abandon options to not appear when in a down state. Yep. Items. Renamed the ACOG scope to red dot. Corrected issue that could result in ammunition disappearing from the player inventory / weapons. Crash. Corrected multiple causes of client crashes. DLC fixes. Correcting clipping issue on bucket hat for female models. Correct issue where tourist camera would clip into Miami suit jacket. Summer sweatshirt will no longer clip into t-shirt items on female. You know, I'm just going to skip this because this is all just like bullshit clothing clipping. They fixed the clipping. Let's move on. Enemies. Fixed an issue that could result in tank enemies becoming passive. Harvesters will now correctly use missile weaponry when intended. Shotgun-equipped runners will now use their weaponry correctly. Machines will now better react to players in close proximity or when machines are destroyed close to them. Fixed issue that could result in the hunter moving to the ready-to-fire pose but then not fire. Tank gas attacks now use the correct animation. Corrected issue that could cause excessive amounts of runner spawns outside the U-turn bunker. Environment. Corrected a pathway to room that was incorrectly blocked off in a musket and bunker complex. Corrected multiple instances of floating terrain and correct collision on props terrain and resolve potential areas where player could get stuck. Second breath. Loot. Corrected an issue that prevented toolbox loot from respawning correctly. Tweaked higher drop rate of friendly ticks for those using the engineer skill. Previously looted containers, where appropriate, will now update with closed lids when they are ready to be looted once more. Map. Corrected an issue that could cause map markers to remain after their related missions were completed. Oh my god, that was so annoying. Because then you look at your map and you're like, did I do this yet? I could have sworn I've been there. And then you go there and you're like, bitch, I've already done this. You know, 3 years later, they fixed it. The Last Stand mission now has a correctly labeled map marker. Well, that's always nice. Mission items for... this is mission stuff now. Mission items for calling for help and over and out are now represented by the correct objects. The FOA 53 Shipments Memo mission item for Science of Deduction is now properly shown in the mission log. Corrected an issue that could block progress with the Gun Club side mission. Corrected an issue that could prevent players progressing through the Empty Spaces mission when looting mission objects outside of the intended border. Corrected an issue that could prevent the warboard bunker keys from dropping correctly. Corrected an issue that would prevent the keycard mission object of a wrench in the works from spawning. Corrected an issue that would block completion of the gas run mission if the gas station was destroyed prior to the mission start, or if I ran out of breath and collapsed and fainted. No? Okay. Gas run now correctly displays a map marker. Corrected an issue related to the Path of the Gods mission. Mission item for treasure hunt will now correctly show in the player's log. Added a marker to the Sorkin bunker when on the use a barcode card to enter the bunker objective. Fixed an issue that could make the Warboard Sorkin bunker mission uncompletable if a multiplayer host was too close to close the session with the mission active. Warboard unlock missions now correctly update and save in multiplayer. corrected an issue that would prevent markers from updating for the wrench in the works mission. Missions using entry keys now have them display in the log as intended. The marker for the home team mission now leads to the actual correct location. Fixed an issue with treasure hunt that could prevent looting of mission items. When interacting with the floppy disk item for out hiking, it will now correctly appear in the player's log. Warboard missions are now clearer in explaining which region their related missions belong to. Son of a gun, that was annoying. Clarified the objective text of radio silence mission. Clarified the objective text for flying objects mission. Clarified the mission item description for flying objects mission. Corrected an issue where an objective location was unreadable on the map for flying objects. Hogging supplies mission now correctly updates when lockpicking. Mission items now correctly appear in the log for heavy loadout. Added the extra waypoint markers for the back on track mission. Corrected an issue that could make mission markers for the old guard persist after mission completion. My goodness, how long are these patch notes? Corrected an issue that could, in some cases, make markers for mission enemies disappear. Corrected an issue that prevented players from interacting with the mission computer for out hiking. Adjusted mission marker for out hiking. 0 hour will no longer become blocked if mission triggers are interacted with out of intended order. Or at the wrong time. Get it? 0 hour? There's no such thing? No? Okay. Corrected an issue that could block single-player mission progression should a user join a multiplayer game where the host is on the same mission step. Fixed an issue with the Warboard Minkin Bunker mission not exiting a stuck state from old patches. It's now reset correctly for stuck players. Sweet pineapple. We're near the end. Multiplayer. Safe houses unlocked in multiplayer now correctly carry over to single-player games. Progress saving. Corrected an issue that could result in Windows Defender blocking saves from storing. Corrected an issue that could result in Bitdefender blocking saves from storing. Fixed an issue where a user would be unable to save the game if the save file was corrupt and the backup file was missing. Bikes. It's no longer possible to steer while typing a chat message. Previously, steering inputs would react to A or D. Where typed, for example, make the flashlight point in a direction the bike is facing while in multiplayer. The interaction prompt should no longer permanently disappear when falling off a bike. Fixed an issue that prevented bikes from being spawned at the Muscadin port safe. A lot of problems with the Muscadin. UI, the team screen received a makeover. Check out all the changes. Player distance now correctly adheres to the metric imperial setting. The stamina meter will no longer behave inconsistently while playing multiplayer. Weapons. Oh my god, we're at the end. 13 minutes. When aiming down the sights, it should now transition smoothly instead of snapping to maximum zoom. Fixed an issue that would cause stuttering when aiming down the sights using the 1:4 scope. Tier 5 now correctly have the green glowing open sight markers where intended. Fixed an issue that caused some weapons to have a solid gray texture. Corrected description text on suppressors. They do not reduce weapon damage. Really? Suppressors don't reduce weapon damage? I thought they did. Anyways, explosions now correctly damage players in all intended cases. And that's it. 13 and a half minutes. You've been warned in the beginning. I had the link to the description for this. You didn't have to go through all this. This is probably more painful than all the months of bugs we had to go through in this game. But if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. You didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. And I'll make sure when you play the game, never mind it reverting back to day 1 patch, because that was awful. It just uninstalls from your computer. That's it. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, well, that would be great now, wouldn't it? And if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, boys and girls, and I shall see you all in the next video. Bye now.